reached out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you're not following me on those platforms yet, I suggest you do. I ask people to ask me anything about wedding photography or photography, anything, a general question. And we're going to read those questions. But I wanted to spice it up a little bit, literally. If you don't follow me on TikTok, if you haven't followed me on TikTok, I made a TikTok where I did a Pocky one chip challenge. That is the hottest thing I've ever eaten in my life. That was the hottest thing I've ever eaten in my life. And I have this little affection towards spicy things. I like spicy stuff. And the Pocky one chip challenge was definitely just mind blowing. It was really just crazy how hot that chip was. Now I want to do this Q&A with this. Now you've probably seen this on YouTube, and if you're not familiar with what this is the Carolina Reaper, hottest pepper in the world. How did I get a hold of this? We have these growing in our backyard, and one of my wife's cousin actually is growing these too, and they are ready to eat. So let's do it. Man, I'm really shaking already kind of doing this. We're going to read some questions now that everybody submitted. And again, if you want to be on the next Q&A whenever I decide to do it, make sure you leave some comments and start following me on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all the things, because leave a comment down below on YouTube. There's so many things now to try to keep track of. It's a little exhausting thing about it. All right. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the Q&A. Help me out. Yeah, this feels definitely like the Pocky one chip. It's the slow burn. Carolina Reaper is a slow burn. Definitely creeps up on you. At first you think you're okay, and now it's getting hot. Let's go. Let's go into the Q&A. Oh God. Alrighty. So my friend Caesar Vela. Damn, it's hot. Woo. How do you recreate Pinterest shots on a budget? Woo. Can't even think right now. I need milk. I got a tear coming out already. Okay, I'm gonna try and concentrate here. Oh, wow. Oh God. Wow, that was hot. Oh, wow. Wow, that was hot. I hope I don't throw up. Okay. Caesar asks, how do you recreate Pinterest shots on a budget? Now, I'm assuming it's wedding related. Yeah, it's hot. It's very hot. Okay. So if I wanted to recreate a Pinterest shot on a budget, first thing I would do, since I'm in the wedding industry, I would reach out to planners, venues, and designers to do a collaboration shoot. And then, as far as the poses go, if you look at a pose on Pinterest, what I would do is I would literally instruct the couples to do exactly what it looks like they're doing in the photo. For example, if it looks like the guy's smelling the girl's cheek or something, then that's exactly what I would do. How I instruct my couples. I say, hey, smell the left cheek, smell the right cheek. I'll put a photo for reference. Oh man. There's so much pain. So I hope that helps. Reach out to people, collaborate, and they can contribute something to you, and you can contribute your photos. Okay. Thanks for the question, Caesar. Oh, Jesus. God, it hasn't stopped burning. It hasn't stopped burning, and now I feel like the burn is just in the stomach now. So yes, Billy, you asked, what is the best way to get the best quality pictures on an iPhone? Okay, so what you're gonna want to do, iPhones are really great for taking photos because the quality has gotten better over time. Before, it used to look like a potato took the photo. Now quality is getting a lot better, but the quality is only good in good lighting conditions. God. Oh. Because the little sensor that's in this little phone here is super tiny. And what happens is if you get in a really bad lit environment, you're gonna start getting a lot of noise and a lot of grain in your photos because you're pushing your camera sensor. And on these little sensors, even if you just push it just a little bit, you're gonna get a lot of noise in there. I'm like shaking. God, that was crazy. It's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done. So to get the best quality from your iPhone, you need to shoot with a lot of light. So either outdoors, or if you're indoors, put your subject by a window, go into portrait mode, click on your subject, focus. And then what I like to do is I like to drag down the exposure by clicking on the screen and then dragging the exposure down to get a more dynamic image. Everything looks great by a window, whether you're on an iPhone or if you're shooting a Hollywood film. There's a lot of filmmakers out there that use windows as their lighting source. So I hope that helps. Whew. Next question. So Raymond asks, what lens do you recommend for a wide angle for Nikon? And for video, how do you get the best sound? All right, first, I don't shoot Nikon, but I do have a suggestion. Now, this is not a wide angle lens. This suggestion is the Tamron 35 1.8. It's a beast of a lens. It has image stabilization. It's a 35 1.8, I think. It has image stabilization, so it's great for video. So you can handhold video and you're gonna get smooth shots because it's got the image stabilization. The quality that I've seen coming out of that lens is great for photos and for video. And since it has image stabilization, if you're in a really low light environment, I've seen handheld shots done at super low shutter speeds with that lens, like 1/25 of a second, 1/10 of a second, and they come out crisp because of the image stabilization in the lens, and it's only like $500. I would say that's a great option for a quote unquote wide angle lens. Some people would not say that 35 is not a wide angle, but personally for me, I feel that that's the most versatile lens because you could use it for portraits, you can use it for landscapes, detail shots, and for video. And so in my opinion, I think that's one of your best options, because when you start getting into the 24, 16 millimeter range, I feel that becomes like a specialty lens, and it gets really hard to take pictures of people, and it becomes more just like a landscape type of lens, architecture, real estate, whatever. My personal opinion, 35 is the most versatile lens there is. The burning stopped in my mouth, I think, but my stomach is on fire. Now to answer your second question, how do you get the best quality audio? What I do, I get this little microphone and I put it on a stand that you can buy on Amazon with an extension cord that goes all the way to the camera. And the trick is, I got the microphone up here, and as you can see right here, the trick is you want to get the audio as close to your subject as possible. So you see here, I've got maybe like 6 inches and maybe a foot from the microphone. So the closer you can get the mic to somebody without being in the frame, the better the quality of audio is going to be. That's the first and cheapest thing you can do. Now, if you can't afford like an expensive mic, you can also get lavalier mics. Lavalier mics are the little mics that clip onto your shirt. Those are cheaper options. The quality of the audio that comes out from those are not as great as using like a shotgun mic, like the one here, like this one, this Rode VideoMic Pro NTG or something, or VideoMic NTG, I think it's called. But lavaliers are also a cheap option, and those clip onto you. And the benefit of those is that you can walk around away from your shotgun mic, and you're still going to get clean audio because it's follows you or whatever, and you just have to sync the audio up in post. But my suggestion, get a little mic stand, get a little extension cable that goes into your camera, and that's going to give you the best audio. I'm shaking. And that was probably the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. I think the final verdict on that Pocky One chip versus this Carolina Reaper is definitely the Carolina Reaper. Eating the chili by itself is way hotter than the Pocky One Chip Challenge. Like miles hotter. Wow. That was very painful. And the thing with the Reaper is that it just like, you think you're good, and then like 20 seconds in, it just goes from 0 to 100. Yeah, and yeah. I'm gonna go shit blood now. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Do all the things. And if you don't see a video from me next week, that means I'm dead. Peace.